All right, so day 5. Today I'm taking the suggestion of a friend to make some homemade bread. I'm really excited about it because although I've made a lot of bread in the past, it's been a while since I've made any, and I'm really excited to reconnect with that. So thank you so much for the suggestion. And just in thinking about making bread, there's something just so wholesome and comforting in not just making it, but eating a whole homemade bread. It reminds me of home, and yeah, I was just thinking about the steps too. There's something really logical in bread. If your yeast is active and alive, it'll rise the bread. If you add the right ingredients and if you cook things for the right amount at the right temperature, 99 out of 100 times you're going to end up in a good place with a good product. And at times of so much uncertainty and such unsettling times, there's something really reassuring in having things like making bread. So thank you so much. I'm going to show you some of the steps along the path, but super excited, and thank you so much for the suggestion. All right, so this is called proofing the yeast, and I love this concept. Before you spend all the time kneading and forming and baking the bread, it makes sense to make sure that the yeast is active. Remember, as a kid, I always loved adding the salt to a baking project with my mom, because she would always, sometimes you would actually even draw a face on the mouth of the salt, and when she opened it, she'd start singing, and we'd all sing until it's done. And so, yep. I don't know if you remember from Jurassic Park, the original, with Sam Neill, but remember the scene where the little boy gets electrocuted, and Sam Neill, is giving him mouth to mouth, and he keeps saying, come on, Tim, come on. And so ever since, when I'm kneading, I pretend that I'm doing CPR to the bread. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 30. Come on, breathe. Come on, breathe. Kneading is really important. I'm sure most of you know that already, but it wasn't until, I don't know, maybe a few years ago that I realized why. It's because by pushing down on the dough and kneading it, you're creating webs of protein that catches the yeast gases that help the bread rise. So it isn't, if you don't knead your bread enough, you're not going to have enough webs of protein to pull up the dough, so you can have a very nice aerated bread. All right, let's take a look. Looking pretty good. And here's the bread. All right, here's the taste test. While I was making this bread, I kept thinking about Raymond Carver's short story, A Small Good Thing. Highly recommend it if you haven't read it or heard of it, but sort of a tragic story, but at the end, there's a baker who says that bread is a small good thing. And I absolutely agree. Bread is a small good thing. It's a very simple thing. It's something that anybody could try to make. And when you make it and when you eat it, There's just something wholesome and good about it. So give it a try. Thanks again for the recommendation, and have a great day, everybody.